For many of y'all that don't know, there is an economic crisis coming. A lot of people's finances will be affected. I'm here to tell you that minimalism is abundance. There is a documentary that I watched years ago, and I became a minimalist in my mind first. And then I started actively doing it. Shout out to the creators. I'm going to put the name of the documentary, and hopefully, if I can find the actual link for it, I'm going to put that in the description box. There's two guys, they were really close friends, and they did a documentary about minimalism. Then they went on tour telling people about how beneficial and how much your quality of life increases by practicing minimalism. I am here to tell you that in 2025, minimalism is abundance. Learn how to be okay with little. Not little as in being at a place where you are not having your necessities. I'm saying be okay with having the bare minimum, which is only your necessities. Be okay with having a roof over your head and food to eat and being able to have clothes on your back and soap to wash your clothes and toilet tissue and, the things that you have around you. Be okay with not living lavish. Be okay with living simple. Because what's about to hit this earth, it's not going to be optional. A lot of people are going to have to downsize. A lot of people are starting to downsize. People are, having to learn what it's like to live in conditions that are not the norm and have not been the norm in society. A lot of people are doing like the van life or, traveling, but living in their car while traveling across the country. People are getting into tiny homes. Well, I've been into tiny homes, but like people now are starting to get more into tiny homes. People are starting to get more into RV life and mobile homes and stuff like that. Learn how to be okay with the blessings that God gives you. Understand that this home that we have, earth, is temporary. We are here and then we are gone. I was just talking to a friend. I felt like I was just 17 years old a couple years ago. But that was actually 10 years ago. COVID felt like 2 years ago for me, but that was actually 5 years ago. And so I see now I am like literally about to be middle-aged. Like I'm about to be 30 years old soon. And that means I've lived on this earth for 30 years. I have not lived on this earth that long. I don't feel like I've lived a long, long life. And the fact that I'm 30, that means 30 more years, which has not been that long, I'll be 60 years old. I'll be an elder. And I'm so young. I'm so young. I'm still in my 20s, but I'll be 30 probably in about 2 years if I sit and try to do the math, 2.5 years or so. But yeah, I'll be 60 years old in 30 years, and I'm about 30 right now. Crazy. And my life is just beginning. I'm a new mom. I'm a first-time mom with 2 kids under 2. My life hasn't even fully started yet, but I'm at the beginning of my life. And in 30 more years, I'll be an elder. Or what you consider an elder, because I'm definitely going to look like 40 years old at 60. But shout out to Angela Bassett. I always say, I'm gonna look like Angela Bassett. I'm gonna be like Angela Bassett because she got it. Learn how to be okay with the bare minimum and allow the bare minimum to make you happy. Retail therapy is a real thing. It can be an addiction, it can be a habit, it can be like a cigarette. I have another video where I talked about how I used profanity as a cigarette when I was like overwhelmed or too pressured. Not profanity against people, but profanity just in general, but never not against people. And yeah, retail therapy is like a cigarette. It can reduce stress. It can make you feel better. It gives you a dopamine release knowing that you're ordering packages and you are anticipating getting something new, and then you're tracking your package every day to see where it's at. And then you get that new thing and you open it up. And then literally within 30 days, you forgot that you bought something new. You can't find it, or you don't know where it's at, or you don't even use it like that. Why? Because you didn't need it. It is important for us as human beings to detox from dopamine releases and to get to more of a grounding that we have all that we need. Most of us, our needs are met. Now, there's a lot of people whose needs are not met. So I am not talking to people whose needs are not met. I'm talking to people whose needs are met and we overindulge or we overspend or we overconsume. You know, um, you're buying all these frivolous things, but there's a family probably in your neighborhood that is starving. There's a family in your neighborhood whose son or kids don't have any shoes to wear to school. There's a single mom that may need your help, but you're buying little cute cartoon keychains and cartoon purses and cartoon shoes, and you got 80 pairs of shoes. Again, I'm guilty of the same thing. But I was definitely led to come on here to say minimalism is abundance. And when you spread your wealth, wealth returns back to you. When you just spend, you're just spending. You're literally wasting when you're just spending frivolously without any discipline or self-control. But when you are spending and you are giving to someone else, you are adding value to someone else's life, you are helping your community, it literally adds value to your life. It literally helps you financially. And I know it's like I'm giving money away, I'm paying stuff for this person and doing stuff for these people. How is that helping me financially? What you put out always comes back. And it may not always come back the same way. It could come back in different forms where you would have to go to get some coffee at a coffee shop and someone knows what you've done for someone in your neighborhood or your community. And you don't know that they know who you are, that you don't know that they know that you are the neighborhood help person that literally asks single mothers or asks the children things they want, things they need. You give gifts on birthdays and things like that. And so they bless you with a free coffee. You're at the gas pump and you're pumping gas, but people know you, and so they offer to pay for your gas. Blessings come when blessings are let go. When blessings are let out, blessings come back in. And so I'm just led, I kind of talked about multiple things just now, But I definitely was led to tell someone that minimalism is abundance. Don't think you're going to miss out on anything. Don't think you're missing out on anything, because we never know when our last day is, and none of this stuff we can take with us. So we might as well be willing to bless other people while we have the chance, instead of buying goofy things that literally don't add to quality of life, and that just makes you a hoarder and makes things just pile up at your place and in your space. But be willing to bless someone else with the things that we are blessed with. Okay? And another piece of wisdom, so no one just goes out and just does other things for other people. If you have children, if you have family, make sure you're saving. Make sure you have life insurance. Make sure you have different money accounts so that you leave an inheritance for your children and for your children's children. As you're helping other people, blessings are going to come back to you, but also make sure that you're using wisdom at the same time. If you have the means and you can go spend money on whatever, make sure you're putting money aside for your own first. First, give your 10% to God. Second, put money aside for your own first. Then you go second, help other people. I don't even say God first, because that should be a given. It shouldn't even be calculated within your income or earnings or what's in your pocket, because that's God's money, the 10% of whatever you have. But yeah, make sure you have and leave an inheritance for your children. I love you. God loves you. God bless you.